You want to get right into this. Louis C.K. did some radio up there in Cleveland. What, you called into a radio show?
I called into Cleveland. I was doing like a few in a row, and then this one was... I actually thought it was Buffalo, and I say Buffalo a couple of times.
Because to you don't know, and you don't care.
No, I have no idea. And the thing is, they didn't even call me on it. They said nothing about me saying Buffalo. I realized.
Really?
At the end, they said, anyway, we'll be glad to see you in Cleveland. I was like, oh, well, this is Cleveland?
Oh, Cleveland? Yeah.
I thought this was Buffalo.
Oops. Well, you called the Maxwell show. We've had problems with this show in the past. Not real problems, because we slap them around and then we throw them back into obscurity. Right. So they kind of get excited every once in a while when we bring up their names, but relax. You're back to obscurity by Monday. Yeah. This show, the last time we talked about him, they claim that this pothead that's on the show is funnier than Jim Norton. So all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're talking to a hell of a lot more people than this dumb radio show, right? We put out the challenge. We're like, look, send us 5 minutes of you being funny. Yeah. And then we'll let our listeners decide how funny you really are. And then, of course, he had some weird reason why he couldn't do it and stuff. Sure. I guess he didn't want to. He didn't want his great talent to be exposed to a giant audience.
No.
Basically, we called them out for the phonies they are. Is what it comes down to.
And then he has problems with Louis, who's a great comic. It's amazing to me. It's almost like the greatest crime this guy commits is that he's not a funny guy. I don't care if you want to crap talk us or we'll crap talk you, but the curse of him is that he's just not a funny dude, and he tries to be a moralistic guy about what humor is appropriate. He's just what he is. He's a big fat slob who has a one place that he feels comfortable and in charge, and you, a brilliantly funny dude, calls up. You have no idea who he is. You don't even know what city he's in.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't know the city he was in.
Right.
And that showed him, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a guy who's at his own show, HBO specials. He has no idea who I am or where I am.
Yeah, and besides not being funny, they try to make believe there's some kind of edgy show, but they're using fake radio voices. They're like, a lot because they're uncomfortable to be in front of a live microphone.
He's the fake name, Maxwell. That's a cool guy, hardcore.
Hey, I'm Maxwell.
Are you?
Maxwell what?
Stop. What's your last name?
Can I call you Max?
I use a fake name.
No, you don't, but yours is not a radio name. Yours is a name from childhood. Yours is a nickname, but that's
stuck
different,
with.
though.
I hate this name.
Nah,
I hate it, I do.
Everyone knows your name.
I got it when I was 12.
Oh, sweetie, don't be
I'm
upset.
now pushing 30. I hate this.
Pushing 30.
That's right, plus 12.
80-year-old Opie. That's going to be something.
That's what I'm saying, Lou.
Yeah, that's where you're headed. It's okay.
So let's get right to the audio. Louis couldn't wait to, send this in to us. And Maxwell looks like a complete dope. And he's, of course, the guy that invented this brilliant thing.
And punt.
See, he'll make fun of you. And then he'll...
And punt.
Because he's done. Because
Punt.
he's done, because the defense did their job and now you got to punt.
Oh.
That's his hardcore way of going. End of story. Almost like the eviscerating is done.
Yeah. Well, when I went on, as soon as they came on, I'm just waiting. Somebody comes on. You're going to be on the air in a minute, and I'm like, okay. And then I hear them come back from the air, and he's like, yeah, we got one of those guys who just there's a lot of silence, and then he's like, all right, we're back here. Kind of talking like that, and I was like, this is odd. The first thing I say to the guy is, you guys are weird, just because it's such a strange...
He's trying to be too cool for the room.
Yeah. And he doesn't talk in his natural voice.
No.
He talks in a radio guy voice.
We don't respect any radio show that has to, do the fake radio
voice.
Bob Kelly here, too. I'm sure you have some experience talking to radio shows across America, so pipe in when you can, all right?
Yeah.
Here's Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to move it along because we're running out of show here.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. on the phone with this Maxwell show up there in Cleveland.
It's kind of frustrating. Or else you would close the door, get privacy, and meanwhile they go jump out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby.
Oh, now see that right there. That's what I'm saying. Now see, Stansbury thinks that. I think that's a terrible joke.
Yeah,
it happened forever and a day ago, man.
I don't care. I really don't care.
You know what I mean? God gave that guy one really good talent. He can play the guitar. He wrote a great song about it. Made $1 million.
I don't care.
$1 million.
I don't care about any of it. I don't care about any of it.
He's trying to say how it's a terrible joke as he's laughing.
He's laughing at the joke. The thing also to keep in mind is that the setup to this is not. I don't do a joke about Eric Clapton. This guy said that I shouldn't make fun of my kids on stage, and I said why, and he said, well, I have a baby, so. And I just went after jerk. I just went after him and I said, oh, that's really sweet. You got a little baby. Do you have any idea what you're headed for? And I just started talking about being a parent. And this bit is about how you can't crap in private when you have kids. If you're watching your kids by yourself and it's time to crap, you have to gather them in the bathroom to watch you. Because otherwise, if you do it with your door,
somehow.
You're in the bathroom with the door closed. Meanwhile, they're walking off out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby. Yeah, I call him stupid. I don't care. He's dead.
But that's the point of the bit.
So that's the point of the bit is how much pressure you live with as a father. He laughed at it.
Of course, he
kept me
laughed
on the air for another 5 to 10 minutes. By the way,
But the bottom line is just the fact that he has a baby, he thinks makes him
that makes it important to him to be offended.
Yeah,
and he's just a phony.
Yeah, but he takes part in the joke. He actually makes a joke about how Eric Clapton made money. He thinks he made $1 million. I think he made a little more than that.
$1 million. He's like Dr. Evil. $1 million.
Exactly.
It's a lot of money to him.
But and then and he asked me for marital advice, and I gave it to him, and everyone laughed for another 5 to 10 minutes after I said that, and then they hung up. And the instant he hung up, he turned on me.
Yeah, well, that's what most of these radio guys do.
Just weirdly phony.
We've had horrific comments.
I would have been happy to field the comments on there.
Yeah.
And actually, he says to me there, you shouldn't have made that joke. What if you're, I don't know if you were going to play that, but he said, the next thing he said, he said, what if your baby fell out of a window? Would you laugh at it? I'm like, no, but I assume other people would.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Louis makes complete sense in this situation.
I mean, I wouldn't laugh at my own baby dying, but
others would.
Folks have at it.
And you understand that.
I would.
Nothing,
enjoy the show.
Nothing worse than some pompous
my friend Bob will make fun of my dead baby.
We'd be laughing. But whenever
exactly.
Here's another telltale sign of an unfunny guy. Is to start dictating what subjects are appropriate.
Right.
It's like that is.
He's got his list. Yeah.
You know how gamblers have a tell?
Yeah.
The tell of an unfunny person, besides the silence after jokes, is when they try to dictate morally what's appropriate.
Based on their morality or what they find important, that 10-minute segment.
There are some guys that you go in, they tell you this guy isn't like this. He's very, and you're like, okay, I get it. I'll do my stuff, but I get how he is. But when you go into these places where they're supposed to be edgy, they're supposed to be hip and cool, and they kind of suck you in, and then you're kind of doing your thing, and they're with you, and then to trash you after is like, it's
so
just
lame.
ridiculous.
That's a worse move. We've had horrific confrontations with people where it's uncomfortable for everyone,
right,
but at least it's a real moment.
Totally, it's real.
For the most part, we don't talk bad about you after you leave the studio. I'm sure somebody will come up with a time maybe we did that, but in general, man, our track record is pretty damn good. We've had fist fights on the air. We've had all sorts of horrific things happen. I hate this guy.
Someone should hike his baby and punt.
And as soon as you start deciding what's funny, like because you have a kid, you're finished as an edgy jock, which you're not.
No.
You're just faking it.
What is the next clip that?
Let's go rock, which you're not.
No.
You're just faking it.
What is the next clip that?
Let's go right into it here. I don't know. I think it continues.
Now, okay, let me ask you this: what if your kid jumps out the window? Are you going to laugh when a comedian makes a joke about your kid jumping out the window?
No, of course not. But I assume other people will, because what do they care about my stupid kid?
There you go. A great
I
laugh.
wouldn't laugh about my own kid jumping out a window, but that's my kid, not your kid. I hope you do laugh.
Oh, okay, right.
I
like his approach. I like it. All right. I feel like there's healing happening here now.
What a phony voice. Right. He actually, I like his approach.
He's totally on my side.
Yeah, but that's schmarmy too. What he's saying, it's like I like his approach.
Right.
Like if it was I like the angle he's taking. It's not the typical angle. He's not just being you're being a little smart. I approve. Here's what I like his approach is about. He tried to call you on something, but not harshly.
Right.
Because basically he's one of those guys.
He's still being friendly.
Of course he is.
It actually felt to me like he's setting me up. Like he's enjoying this, and he's playing the other guy.
Right.
Hey, should you have said that? And I go, okay, here, I'll knock that out of the park. Let's enjoy that.
But he really was being a douche.
And he's not funny. He's not a funny dude. So what happens was he said something, and you had a very funny, honest answer, and then being an unfunny radio hack, he goes, yeah. Because he couldn't combat it.
He didn't. Yeah, exactly.
He couldn't combat it.
Exactly.
That's what you are.
So wait a minute. Play. What happens next? I don't know how you got these lined up, but
no, I think we got it pretty organized because it gets better and better. Because as soon as Louis hangs up, then you get the quote real
delicious.
Maxwell. Watch out! Had the chance to really go at it with you while you were still on the phone.
Would have been happy.
Yep.
Well, hey, Louis, thank you so much, man. We appreciate
you so
it. You're
much.
Be here in Cleveland, February 15th.
And then he plugs you.
Yeah. Well,
And then he plugs you.
You know how many times we said, you know what, go F yourself, F your show.
Yes.
You know, and just keep kicking you as you're trying to leave the studio. Yes. This guy turns around and gives the plug
Gave me an infomercial.
like a good little radio boy.
Yep.
You're a little radio boy.
Good boy, Maxwell.
Good
Give
boy.
the plug. Good boy.
Good boy.
Oh,
Just don't want to get in trouble with the local comedy club that's sponsoring it, right? Good little boy. Good little boy.
Fat shill.
Okay, well, hey, Louie, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. You're going to be here in Cleveland February 15th. You can still buy a ticket.
Somebody told me this was Buffalo. This is horse. This is Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to that.
And they laugh. Yeah. They laugh.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
But Cleveland is awesome. I can't wait for that show. That's going to be awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Now remember, I appreciate a lot.
Thanks
of
a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Not, hey, Louie, you're not funny.
Yeah.
We're not plugging your gig because you suck,
Right.
like an honest guy would have said.
Plug it. Give me money in my pocket with your listeners going to my show.
Yeah.
Thank me. Tell me how much you appreciate it, and then this.
All right, get ready. Here it comes.
And this is where we exposed the little radio boy. Now Louie has hung up the phone.
Coward.
Had the chance to really go at it with Louie, which, by the way, would be great radio.
Would have been awesome for his
people
show.
aren't turning it off.
No, of course not.
They're gonna listen to every single word. By the way, no one brought this to our attention. You had to tell Sam, which means no one out there that
Nobody's
listens
Even heard it.
Even
or
heard it.
cared. Yeah, it's
Usually, when one of you
No
guys,
one's listening.
usually when one of you guys gets in a situation,
Somebody in your world.
immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
So you hung up, and this is what happened, and this is where I pretty much hate every radio guy.
Yeah, nice little save there at the end. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, it's still
The voice changes. I gotta tell you.
yeah.
Now it's time for my man cow impression.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You know what it is, too? Because he knows he has to go home and look at his stupid wife, and she'll probably go, why didn't you call him on the baby?
I was looking at in our baby's eyes when he was saying that awful stuff, and it's your show, and you let him.
I was so startled that I threw it out the window.
I gotta tell you, the voice changes no more. Thank you, Louis.
And they have a black guy on the show called Cracker Man. You know, because white people are crackers.
That's funny.
That's the switcheroo. That's the old switcheroo.
Sure
Yeah.
is. If you look left, they go right. These guys, they're unpredictable.
great.
Ed Maxwell's a funny guy, in charge.
That's good. What's the white chick's name?
and punt.
And punt.
So listen how the voice
Right.
changes from to his man cow impression.
Yes.
Yeah, nice little save there at the end. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, it's still, though, at the end of the day, making fun of Eric Clapton's kid falling to his death is not funny.
You laughed at it, ass.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who's the broad?
The Hole.
Wait, they have a
It's
show
just
on
called
that
The
show?
Hole. It's just called The Hole.
The showstopper.
I agree.
who's
the
the-
breaks.
Who's the broad?
Ha, you listen to your stupid PD. They said you need a woman to balance everything out,
Yeah.
you dope.
Ew.
The
who's-
big, the woman on a radio show, which amounts to that big, greasy, sweaty hand on the locomotive brake handle. And sparks just fly out of the wheels.
Luggage vaulted towards the front of the car.
Yeah, that's what
Ladies
she
with
is.
nice hats go screaming.
Oh,
So she added to this by saying, "I agree."
course she did.
That's terrific. You're getting paid way too
Cha-ching.
much, honey. You skirt.
But
yeah.
of course you agree, you silly, typical broad. Of course you do.
Oh.
Make some cookies and serve them to Fatso with apnea. I have a baby. Do you?
I gotta tell you. I gotta say. Now that it's safe in here, I gotta really tell you what's going on.
And who's Eric Clapton?
Just a boy.
Who's Eric Clapton?
Well, here's the
anyways?
thing. He gets what's weird. I don't know if you have the turn on here where he says that because he's kind of taking it from his own guy. He starts saying it wasn't that big a deal.
Oh, good. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I
Yeah.
think it's right here.
I agree.
I mean, come on, Stansbury, at least give me that. That's not funny. Kids falling out of open windows and splattering on the ground is like...
Well, I mean, he didn't paint that whole picture for you.
Well, but that's what happened. He fell out of a skyscraper, right? In New York City, right?
Yeah, he walked out of the window, yeah.
I mean, dude, that's not funny, regardless of whose kid it is.
Well, why did you laugh at it?
Why'd you laugh?
Why'd you laugh?
He did it on your show.
The guy with him on the show, actually, I really like this guy from listening to this stuff, because the other guy actually totally puts up a fight and says, hey, I maybe I wouldn't laugh at it, but I don't begrudge somebody else laughing at it. And you're making way too big a deal out of it.
Stansfield, the guy he works with, is not as bad. Like, he's a guy, the first time we went to fight with this guy, he's like, he's just kind of siding with, he knows that the Maxwel he's working with is just his guy. He has to side with him.
Right.
So he's not as bad. Like, I don't think.
But by the end of this craziness, and you'll see how bad it gets, he actually says he doesn't think he should be. He almost fires him on the air. He says the fact that you find this funny means that you're a turd, and I'm actually questioning working with you. Like, he says that seriously.
Oh, good. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think you even have to be in the situation. I think a kid falling to his death is not funny out of a window. Just like puddle of AIDS jokes aren't funny.
I don't think listen to me.
Oh,
that's Jimmy.
Hey, what is that about?
But listen to the rest of that, because there's something really absurd about it. Listen right for a second.
Puddle of AIDS.
But listen to the rest of that, because there's something really absurd about it. Listen right for a second.
Puddle of AIDS jokes aren't funny.
I don't think listen to me.
Do you have to have AIDS to know that AIDS jokes aren't funny?
No.
Wait, keep watching.
So what's the difference?
Well,
Puddle of AIDS, funny. No, puddles of AIDS are not funny.
All right, stop there. Puddles of AIDS don't exist.
They don't exist.
Puddles of AIDS are not funny. When I'm walking to work and I see puddles of AIDS, that's not funny to me.
They don't exist, you silly radio boy.
What an ass.
You silly local car salesman. They
And
don't exist.
if you understood humor, that's what is funny, where you invented a puddle of AIDS. You dope.
Puddle of AIDS does exist if a gay couple's baby falls out a window.
See, now I just got to put them both together like that. Baby falling in puddles of AIDS.
I love the way.
Now it's too far.
I love the way puddles of AIDS is immediately associated. Everybody knew Jim Norton.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I know.
Yeah. My line.
You're associated. Puddle of AIDS.
He doesn't
Jim
like
Norton.
me. And the problem is, not only do I not like him, but I don't respect him in a comedic sense at all.
No, of course not.
That's the worst, is I don't respect him comedically.
Yeah.
A puddle of AIDS is a non-existent thing.
Yes.
Silly boy.
Yeah.
Silly radio boy who doesn't
You're
have
taking the darkest, worst, most sort of vilified disease of our time and making a puddle of it.
Yes.
There's nothing funnier than
and
that
then
in the
encouraging
world.
someone to
in
slip
the world.
in it. Like,
Yes.
to not only say, like, there's a puddle of AIDS, put a rope around
But
it.
I hope you have a wacky slip
Yes.
of the foot in
And
it.
fall in it and go, oh
Fall
my
in it
God,
while
I'm
you're-
in a puddle of AIDS.
Yes.
It's a banana
and
peel
wipe
joke.
it out of your
Right.
eyes like a Three Stooges person. Yeah.
But you know what, though? It's almost like if you want... This is why I don't put content restrictions, because the Three Stooges, who are some of the funniest things ever, when you break it down, I mean...
Yeah.
It's not funny to cave somebody's head in with a brick or to jab somebody.
No.
Is it funny to blind somebody with your fingers? See, that's what happens. That's what I'm just explaining to fat local pig in Cleveland.
Yeah.
That when you break down humor like that,
Right.
that's what happens. Nothing is
Right.
technically that funny when you break it down
No,
like
it's
that.
not.
That's why you're not a funny guy, because you don't understand that.
All right, with that, we got one more clip here.
It's really not the end of the world.
But
man.
when I asked him about it, his claim was, I would expect other people to make fun of it.
Yeah.
If it was my kid, it wouldn't be funny. Well, guess what? That's not my kid, and I don't think it's funny because I have a heart. And maybe there's just some things you don't do for a laugh, dude. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just go, you know what?
Which is everything in his book.
Yeah, the thing that's really important here, though, I wish you had this clip, but I don't know where the hell it is. But he says in one of the segments, because he went on for 2 hours. This went on for 2 hours, that he only talked about how angry this made him, to the point that he's actually talking about firing the people around him because they're not agreeing. But he says at one point, he goes, don't get me wrong, the thing he did on the air was funny. The way he used the reference here, I laughed at that. He says that twice. He says, it's the part, he says on his HBO special, this dude does a whole bit about Eric Clapton, and I've seen it, and that's what I was offended by. He made it up. I've never the one time in my life I've mentioned Eric Clapton with my face and mouth ever was on his show. So he made up that I do a bit about it.
Lied.
That's what's offensive. And he says it like 3 times. He keeps backing it up. He goes, no, here it was funny.
Yeah, because he laughed.
But because he laughed. But in the bit he does on his special, and somebody needs to dig it up because I'm not sure which special. That's he keeps saying that. Find it on his special. It doesn't exist. And then later he says, I think he makes jokes about having sex with his kids too, and I don't find that funny either. Which I don't.
No,
he just made up bits.
Well, that's
kind of funny though.
If you have a radio show, that's what you
that
do.
would be. That I was like, hey,
you just make up stuff, and it's fine. You can't be proven wrong.
Can we sum this up too? Not to finish it, but just to sum where we are right now. He has a fake radio voice.
Yes.
He has a fake name. And he has fake indignation. He fake laughs at your joke, and then he fake spits that you never did.
Yeah.
So
makes spits. By the end of
he's a fake. Everything about
by the end of
fraudulent.
his show, he said, "I hope Louis' baby falls out of a window." He says it seriously with no jokes.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
He hopes.
Yeah, well, good.
One of those type of people. I love those types of people that will say the worst, most horrible things as they've just spent a bunch of time trying to say how horrible something you said was.
Which I don't. I'm sure I should be offended, but I don't think God will throw my baby out a window at the behest of Maxwell.
Some hack in Cleveland doing radio.
He is a hack.
Let's finish this clip.
Some things you don't do for a laugh, dude. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just go, you know what? I have ethics and morals, and I'm not going to do that. Because that ain't cool. Because two parents had to deal with their kids splattered all over the street.
No.
It doesn't matter whose kid it is.
Actually fell onto a part of a roof.
That's what I would do.
Not to mention a building guy with a mop.
I mean, maybe he believes in it. Well, I hope one of his kids falls out of a window and dies. Not so funny then, is it?
What?
No, it wasn't, because you seriously meant it.
And you have no comic
There was no comic. There was no comedic angle to what you just said, you jackass.
And just so I went right back to the first clip, because now that's Angry Maxwell. But when he had the chance to really go at it with you, you got this.
It's kind of frustrating. Or else you would close the door, get privacy, and meanwhile they go jump out the window like Eric Clapton's stupid baby.
Oh, now see that right there. That's what I'm saying. Now see, Stansbury thinks that. I think that's a terrible joke.
Yeah, it happened forever and a day ago, man.
I don't care. I really don't care.
You know what I mean? God gave that guy one really good talent. He can play the guitar. He wrote a great song about it. Made $1 million.
I don't care. I don't care about any of it.
He's laughing,
giggling, and he makes a joke about it.
Right, and participating. You're a phony, Maxwell.
And actually, I'm making a joke about being a dad, using the stakes of a famously dead baby to explain it. He's actually making fun of the dead baby by saying he made $1 million.
Yeah. $1 million.
We have him. I'll say this, man. Good for Stansbury. You know what? For at least going to bat.
I respected him because for the whole hour and a half, he doesn't stop. He says he refuses to let Maxwell have all the ground.
Maybe he has a real chance in radio.
I think if they got rid of Maxwell, which they should, and gave that guy the show, they'd have something going on. It would be all right.
He's in a position where he can't go crazy.
And here's the thing: when I go on radio all over the country, and guys are like, "Hey, so what do you think about Britney Spears?" I'm like, I don't have anything about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, all right, we're out of time. Those guys, I'm fine with because they're that.
Yeah.
But this guy is a phony, disgusting coward. He's just there's nothing that grosses me out more than taking part in a joke, cheering it on, and then when the person's gone, claiming to be better than that joke that you laughed at, and also isolating the thing in the joke, and just he says it over and over again. And what a sanctimonious, like he's going to get the Nobel Prize for pointing out that it's a shame that a baby fell out of a window once.
And you have no morals or scruples or whatever the hell he said because you're in the radio business.
Exactly.
You've sat there and taken it.
And right now we're on in Cleveland. So here's the number if you want to call his show.
Oh, that's nice, Jimmy.
1-800-348-1007. It's 1-800-348-1007. Now, if you're hearing this anywhere else in the country, we're on in delay in afternoons in Cleveland. So if you're in Cleveland, we're on now. If you're anywhere else in the country, we're not on until 3 to 7 Cleveland time.
No, we're live right now in Cleveland. Good afternoon, Cleveland.
No, but I'm saying we're on delay by 2 minutes.
No, right now we're live.
Yeah, this is afternoon.
Oh, hold on.
Good afternoon.
It's just not funny.
And pun.
Not funny. Not funny.
Not kid falling over the window.
I just
not funny. Not funny. Over the window.
I just
not funny. Not funny.
Good for Stansbury. Stansbury, good for you, man. You know what? Good for you. At least you knew that it was a funny joke, and you're working with a sanctimonious fat man. There's nothing worse.
You know what happens later? Also, they mentioned that when his boss came in the studio in a break and said, and said, you're being kind of a wimp about this. Like, what's your problem? Like,
Nice.
the boss took weirdly.
Wow.
The company guy took the side that
because the boss sees the ratings.
The boss said
Opie and Anthony are kicking your ass.
It is the wife.
So he says on the air that the boss said, you're worrying me a little because you're coming across like a wuss. You're coming across like a guy
it's
who
the
can't
wife,
take
dude.
a joke.
You're right. It's the wife. He knew he had to go home. He knew he had to go home. Oh, yeah, Jimmy said it.
Yeah.
He knew he had to go home and face his wife, and it would have been this big thing like, how could you let him look into our baby's eyes?
No, and he told me that he had trouble with his wife, him talking about her on the air and stuff. Look, I say horrible things about my kids and my wife, and I go home and I take it like a man.
But you know what, though? You're...
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, all right, we take a break.
Yeah, we really have to take a break, but very interesting stuff. Louis C.K. Louis, you're promoting what? What are you promoting?
I'm going to be in Cleveland on February 15th.
Yeah.
The night before, for the 14th, I'm in Buffalo at the whatever arts center.
Say hi to Buffalo. We're on the edge right now, man.
And then I'm at Wilkes Bar in Pennsylvania on March 7th.
All right.
Can I plug my Cleveland? Kenny, when am I in Cleveland? Real quick.
Right in front of you.
Don't scream at me and humiliate me. Just tell me. Right in front of you. I don't know where that
By the way, the number people are asking for, 1-800-348-1007 for the Maxwell Show.
I'm doing 2 shows, Friday, February 29th, the House of Blues. I know, they're both sold out. So I wanted to invite Stansbury to one of those shows. No, honest to God, not in some conference. I don't think he'll come. Not to be confrontational, none of that stuff, but you are welcome to come to the show.
I hope he comes to my show, too. I really did. Listening to all the clips on that, I was really impressed.
I really respect the guy for that.
Yeah.
And this is not a sarcastic invitation, even though I know you won't accept it. I'm just letting you know that to Stansbury, this is a real invitation.
Yeah, basically Maxwell's holding you back. It's very obvious to all of us.
We're all in Cleveland.
We're not scared. We're not scared of this dumb radio show. We're kind of looking out for your future.
Well, you're obviously his boss. I think that's where it's headed. His boss will get rid of Maxwell and give this other guy the job, and it'll actually be a decent show.
All right, very good.
It'll be like your sister show in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Or Cleveland, wherever.
Yeah, we're all
Cleveland.
You idiot.
Little cities don't matter.
You're an idiot.
You all live in places that don't matter to me.
You get lake snow, die.
It's so weird, though, that we're all in Cleveland in February.
Really?
That's right. We are.
Sure is.
Bob Kelly, where are you going to be in Cleveland? We're going to be back in just a minute. It's Opie and Anthony. Got to go right to the phones on the Opie and Anthony show. We got Tom in Franklin Square. We got a report from the front lines. Tom, what's going on?
What's going on? Oh,
Hey,
Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Doing?
What's up, man?
No, I just pulled up the Edge that Maxwell works for.
I really don't even know, to be completely honest. And we know our competition, but for Cleveland, we don't know because we don't really look at it as competition. I'm sorry to the Maxwell show.
Whatever.
All right.
The screener's answering the phone, and he goes, "Listen, I'm tired of you douchebags calling me." He's not in till afternoon.
Oh, the screener.
His show's at 3 p.m.
Yeah, the screener. I'm sorry, guys. I give the number out. Let me say, if you live in Cleveland and you're hearing this, call 1-800-348-1007. Anywhere else in the country, he's on 3 to 7 Cleveland time.
Yeah, but that shouldn't stop anyone. Call now.
Okay,
Call
you
now. Just
could-
make their freaking day
Clearly
miserable.
irritated
over there.
somebody.
Yeah, we're all about irritating somebody. We don't care who. Just you got a chance to irritate somebody. Call 1-800-348-1007.
If you'd like to be part of if you'd like to be part of the group called "You Douchebags," by that fellow,
and let's see if they go with it today. But of course they won't because they don't got it in them.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. All right, real fast, Ryan in Atlanta, Georgia. Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to say that Maxwell's in fact wrong because as South Park told us, AIDS is funny.
Yeah, freaking South Park has fun with the AIDS thing.
Yeah, is he criticizing? What was his family? You have
Family
AIDS,
Guy.
Family
You
Guy,
have AIDS.
or any of the other shows?
Yeah.
Just, no, it's a fat man.
What's this dumb thing in front of you?
Bob.
Is that yours, Bob?
what is it? A colostomy bag?
That was a great one, Jim.
What is it?
Oh, Jimmy, that was good.
That's awesome. What's this big dumb thing in front of you, Bob?
Yeah.
Good.
I didn't mean that, Bob.
It's actually it's right here. It's so you can have a woman with like a small titties can put this on
With a small
Small
titties?
titties, you 80-year-old Negro.
Well, shit, no.
Small titty.
A small titty.
woman who has a small titty.
Curtis Lowe.
A woman who has breast cancer and has one small tit. Mm-hmm. You can put this on and pump it up.
you get this?
Now that's not funny. Breast cancer. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny.
You know, I gotta say something.
I got morals. I got ethics.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I sell alcohol on my show, and a lot of people drunk drive and kill children. You fucking fat cunt. You witless fat cunt. I hope he dies in a bus shooting. I hope he's on a bus. A fucking disgruntled person gets on and thinks he's Donald Pleasance and shoots him. Escape from New York.
There's a helicopter hovering when it happens.
Yeah, we
and people just see the glass kind of.
You can't really put
limits on red mist.
You can't put limits on. You can't put limits on comedy, especially when you do a radio show. There's stuff that we joke about, and it affects me like personally, but whatever. I mean,
what makes me sick though, and it's so
who am I to say that you shouldn't laugh at something that might have been horrifying to me?
It's narcissistic to go like to spend your whole life not really caring if somebody makes fun of children or something, and then you have one, and then go, hold on a second.
Now I can't do this
now
anymore.
I have a fucking bag of salt water that you should care about.
That's why Louis refreshing.
A bag of salt water.
That's all the baby People have kids and turn into these fucking assholes.
No, you didn't have kids before, so why weren't you outraged then? Because it didn't affect your stupid shit life that nobody cares about.
Right.
Now you have a little faggot that you're raising.
that, by the way, isn't fucking special.
No,
well,
it's
that's
not.
the thing, though, about comedy is that most people think like you. I hate this little hunk of shit.
Yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
No, and also when you're in the audience, you have somebody who died of cancer in your life.
Right.
Fine. And then I make a cancer joke, somebody else does, and you go, I wish I hadn't heard that. And I understand that.
Right.
But all the other people in the room, every other joke was about something that bummed somebody out.
Yeah.
The whole point of comedy is saying something that was not really polite to say. That's the entire point.
And you'll laugh if it didn't affect you personally.
Fine.
And that's 99% of the people. But that one person, he's going to laugh at the other shit.
If I'm watching a movie or a TV show and they put a child in jeopardy, I change the channel. I can't watch it.
Really?
I can't personally.
Love that shit.
And I totally recognize that that's just my problem because I immediately go to thinking about my kid being missing or something.
Is that true? I thought that was only in the movies.
I can't take watching that.
I can't even watch Terms of Endearment when they're at the. He's like, I'll put my candy bar back. I'm like, I gotta shut it off.
You're just a crybaby when it comes to that.
It's a fucking hilarious movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in that.
Exactly.
Hey, can we get someone to wear this weird titty apparatus?
Yeah, it's so that women can store alcohol in it.
What?
Is it really?
That's why it's called the wine rack. See,
Ew.
it's about boobs.
Holy shit, the wine rack.
It's so like they can get into a concert.
Holy shit, the wine rack.
It's so like they can get into a concert with some wine, basically.
Yeah, I guess.
That's cool.
Somewhere.
Is this a real sponsor?
Wow. Sneak it, drink it. That's what it says on there. It's not really very subtle.
We should fill it with loads. And sneak it
That's just not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Loads on titties. Not funny.
We should sneak it into like a New Kids on the Block concert with all the little kids and just have her just start guzzling load in the front row.
Wow.
Jesus, Bobby.
Now,
I'm really not sure that. Well, you've adapted to the product to your own use. That's
Yeah.
not funny. It's not funny. and where's that cunt in the studio to chime in and go, I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's all she had, by the way. Yeah.
Of course, that's all she had.
They're not a sponsor, so why fuck with them?
Oh, wait. I think that's your cue.
No, I mean, if it was a sponsor, we'd be all
wine rack.
We just do things a little differently here. We shit on the sponsors, and they come back for more, which amazes me. Vinny pays for those awful plugs we do every morning on the other side.
We know how to sell. I'll sell anything.
That's right.
Honey,
they're
tank,
just
I'll sell the
joking.
fucking thing.
That's right. You bring me a fat fuck with breathing apparatus and an unfunny cunt in the studio and a guy that he's making uncomfortable, I'll sell that too.
I sell Paul.
Hey, we got something for Cleveland. Good morning, Cleveland. There's a douche on the radio up there, Maxwell.
Yeah, and he is a douche.
Try to claim that he's doing just great in radio. We suck, which it's just I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, it's beyond.
I don't even know what to say to that. We're on XM satellite radio. We're the #1 channel on XM. We reach a minimum of 2 million people on XM alone, and then we're syndicated to close to 20 stations if you count the crappy AMs. But Maxwell,
hey, for the people listening on the AMs, hi, how you doing?
What happened?
And for the program directors and everyone else, hi.
Oh,
we like you.
They even know they're programming a crappy AM.
No, they know. No, it's wonderful.
They know. They're at Kinko every week setting out their
Let me
resumes.
tell you something.
They're hoping to get on an FM station.
I love my favorite modulation?
Yeah.
Amplitude.
Amplitude?
Absolutely. That's my favorite type of modulation.
I just hope the listeners are smart enough to just see through this crap. You got a guy that's obviously jealous of what we're doing. We try to downplay what we do, but the reality is we're radio stars. We really are. Not many people are actually bigger than what we're doing. And then you got a douche like this Maxwell trying to convince his listeners that he's doing well as he sits in one market in afternoons, by the way, and we suck.
The bottom line is this. This is what bothers me about Maxwell, because we fought with other shows, again, JV and Elvis, Lexington. We fought with a lot of shows. I encourage you to go on YouTube and look him up. That's how he's an unfunny guy. He's just a fat slob who tries so hard to be like a rock star.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just not funny.
Funny.
Let me tell you something. Just one of those fat loads who sits at a party and bores everybody. And Maxwell, you're a boring guy.
Yeah.
You're not a funny dude, and you never were.
Yeah.
And you don't know anything about comedy. He was trashing my comedy and going, his first hour was good. No, it wasn't, stupid. My first hour, when I used to go, people say, where you from? And I go, New Jersey, and give him the finger. That was when I was good? Shut your mouth.
Oh, you didn't do that.
I did.
It's
stop.
I'm not proud of it, but I'm realistic. He doesn't. Of course, he's not a funny guy, so how would he understand the progress of humor? He doesn't.
And he used to trash Rover, who did mornings. Now I guess they're going to be teaming up, so now they're best friends. Which
Gonna be pals.
Such a crock of ass. I
Pally.
can't even tell you. But whatever. Let's hear what Maxwell had to say.
Dude, there's just stuff in this business.
You put them up against Rover, Rover would destroy them.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it wouldn't even be an issue. It's so funny. Stupid, right? Opie. Is that actually that guy's name?
No, I think it's...
By the way,
he's actually going to try to make fun of my name?
Maxwell.
You dope. I make fun of my own name, you ass.
Does anybody know Maxwell's real name?
Huh?
Does anyone know Maxwell's real name?
I don't know.
I believe I do.
What is it?
I'm sure he says it on his own show. I believe it's Benjamin Bornstein.
Ugh.
Now, if that's the same Max, I believe that is his name. Which maybe I'm sure he tells his listeners.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he would lie to his listeners. Maybe he does tell
Benjamin Bornstein.
I believe that is his real name.
Interesting.
He's actually making fun of my name. I make fun of my name, you dope. I hate my name. I got it when I was 12 years old, you idiot.
It's, you know what it is? It's the easiest thing to do when you have nothing.
And then he goes with the dramatic pauses that he learned from. Who'd you learn that from? Was it Mancow or Lycus? Because I can't, or Bubba. I can't tell which voice you're imitating. See, we're at least using our real voices. You're doing an imitation of Mancow meets Lycus meets Bubba.
Yeah, you're basically a personality thief.
You're a phony.
And you should have at least stolen somebody funny's personality. and this is the odd thing about the name thing. You cut every article written about it's Greg Opie Hughes. You make fun of the fact that you're Opie.
Right.
And also,
I hate my name. I'll be the first to say it.
You'll step out and go, oh, this is Greg Hughes, the actor who plays Opie. There's never like a hiding.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone trying to be a rock star. I think the name Maxwell is cool.
Maxwell.
How is that cool? It's a coffee, you douche.
And by the way, everyone knows my name is actually Gregorio.
Oh,
that's right.
He's going to win the animation
much more
contest.
powerful.
That's right. You got to twist that elbow in.
Twist the elbow in.
Twist it in toward your belly button as you say the name. That's what you do. Gregorio!
Can we hear more? I want to hear the agreeing parrot in the background. Yeah, good point.
See, Maxwell, you're going to have to do a lot better than making fun of my dumb name. A lot better. That's hack crap. Anyone could do that.
Opie. Is that actually that guy's name?
No, I think it's actually...
I don't even know anything about the guys. I know.
You know what? When someone says, I fucking hate radio guys.
Oh.
God, do I hate these people. Hate them. Let me take you inside this little bit that he's doing. When someone says, I don't know anything about the guy, they know way too much about me.
Everything.
They follow our careers. They know every single little thing about us. God, I studied this crap. I study body language. I study how people talk. The great Charles Getzinger back in Geneseo. Unfortunately, he's gone. He was the greatest. He was the great. He died, unfortunately. He was a great professor in Geneseo. And this guy taught me the art of communications and following body language and stuff, and how people talk and how they stand and all this crap. When someone says, "I don't know anything about this guy," it means he knows everything about me. He's probably a stalker.
No, I think his actual.
I don't even know anything about the guys. I know. I should probably know everything, but I don't care. But I don't.
I think his name is Greg, which is funny because they were talking about your name the one day on the radio. Like,
no, you know my name's Greg, and when you say you don't care, it means you care a lot. We've fallen into that trap when we go, I don't care what Howard's saying. Of course we care when we say we don't care. That's what people do.
Funny because they were talking about your name the one day on the radio. Like, stupid radio name. I was like Opie. It gets dumber than Opie. Hey, look, he's got red hair. Gotta be Opie. Welcome to Mayberry.
Mayberry jokes and redheaded jokes. First of all, I don't have red hair.
That is such a hack thing to do.
Cutting edge funny stuff.
Yeah.
Very cutting edge funny. A Mayberry joke with phony.
Wow. Holy shit, the wine rack.
It's so like they can get into a concert with some wine, basically?
Yeah, I guess.
That's cool.
Somewhere.
Is this a real sponsor?
Wow. Sneak it, drink it. That's what it says on there. It's not really very subtle.
We should fill it with loads. And sneak
now that's just not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Loads on titties. Not funny.
We should sneak it into like a New Kids on the Block concert with all the little kids and just have her just start guzzling load in the front row.
Wow. Jesus, Bobby.
Now,
I'm really not sure that. Well, you've adapted to the product to your own use. That's
Yeah.
not funny. It's not funny. And where's that cunt in the studio to chime in and go, I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's all she had, by the way. Yeah.
Of course, that's all she had.
They're not a sponsor, so why fuck with them?
Oh, wait. No, wait. I think that's your cue.
No, I mean, if it was a sponsor, we'd be all
wine rack.
We just do things a little differently here. We shit on the sponsors, and they come back for more, which amazes me. Vinny pays for those awful plugs we do every morning on the other side.
We know how to sell. I'll sell anything.
That's right.
Honey, tank, I'll sell the fucking thing.
That's right. You bring me a fat fuck with breathing apparatus and an unfunny cunt in the studio and a guy that he's making uncomfortable, I'll sell that too.
I sell Paul.
Hey, we got something for Cleveland. Good morning, Cleveland. There's a douche on the radio up there, Maxwell.
Yeah, and he is a douche.
Try to claim that he's doing just great in radio. We suck, which it's just I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, it's beyond.
I don't even know what to say to that. We're on XM satellite radio. We're the #1 channel on XM. We reach a minimum of 2 million people on XM alone, and then we're syndicated to close to 20 stations if you count the crappy AMs. But Maxwell,
hey, for the people listening on the AMs, hi, how you doing?
What happened?
And for the program directors and everyone else, hi.
Oh, they know.
We like you.
They even know they're programming a crappy AM.
They know. No, it's wonderful.
They know. They're at Kinko every week sending out their
Let me tell you something.
They're hoping to get on an FM station.
I love my favorite modulation.
Yeah,
amplitude.
Amplitude?
Absolutely. That's my favorite type of modulation.
I just hope the listeners are smart enough to just see through this crap. You got a guy that's obviously jealous of what we're doing. We try to downplay what we do, but the reality is we're radio stars. We really are. Not many people actually bigger than what we're doing. And then you got a douche like this Maxwell trying to convince his listeners that he's doing well as he sits in one market in afternoons, by the way, and we suck.
The bottom line is this is what bothers me about Maxwell, because we fought with other shows, again, JV and Elvis, Lexington, we fought with a lot of shows. I encourage you to go on YouTube and look him up. That's how he's an unfunny guy. He's just a fat slob who tries so hard to be like a rock star.
Yeah.
Hey, they're just not funny. Funny. Let me tell you something. Just one of those fat loads who sits at a party and bores everybody. And Maxwell, you're a boring guy.
Yeah.
You're not a funny dude, and you never were.
Yeah.
And you don't know anything about comedy. He's trashing my comedy and going, his first hour was good. No, it wasn't, stupid. My first hour, when I used to go, people say, where you from? And I go, New Jersey, and give them the finger. That was when I was good? Shut your mouth.
Oh, you didn't do that.
I did.
It's
stop.
I'm not proud of it, but I'm realistic. He doesn't. Of course, he's not a funny guy. So how would he understand the progress if he doesn't?
And he used to trash Rover, who did mornings. Now I guess they're going to be teaming up. So now they're best friends. Which
going to be pals.
Such a crock of ass. I can't even tell you. But whatever. Let's hear what Maxwell had to say.
Dude, there's just stuff in this business.
You put them up against Rover. Rover would destroy them.
Yep. Okay.
It wouldn't even be an issue. It's so funny. Stupid, right? Opie. Is that actually that guy's name?
No, I think it's...
By the way...
He's actually going to try to make fun of my name?
Maxwell.
You dope. I make fun of my own name, you ass.
Does anybody know Maxwell's real name?
Huh?
Does anyone know Maxwell's real name?
I don't know.
I believe I do.
What is it?
I'm sure he says it on his own show. I believe it's Benjamin Bornstein.
Ugh.
Now, if that's the same Max, I believe that is his name. Which maybe I'm sure he tells his listeners.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he would lie to his listeners. Maybe he does tell
Benjamin Bornstein.
I believe that is his real name.
He's actually making fun of my name. I make fun of my name, you dope. I hate my name. I got it when I was 12 years old, you idiot.
You know what it is? It's the easiest thing to do when you have nothing.
And then he goes with the dramatic pauses that he learned from. Who'd you learn that from? Was it Mancow or Lycus? Because I can't, or Bubba. I can't tell which voice you're imitating. See, we're at least using our real voices. You're doing an imitation of Mancow meets Lycus meets Bubba.
Yeah, you're basically a personality thief.
You're a phony.
And you should have at least stolen somebody funny's personality. and this is the odd thing about the name thing. You cut every article written about it's Greg Opie Hughes. You make fun of the fact that you're Opie.
Right.
And also,
I hate my name. I'll be the first to say it.
You'll step out and go, oh, this is Greg Hughes, the actor who plays Opie. There's never like a hiding.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone trying to be a rock star. I think the name Maxwell is cool.
Maxwell.
How is that cool? It's a coffee, you douche.
And by the way, everyone knows my name is actually Gregorio.
Oh,
that's right.
It's going to win the animation
Much more
contest.
powerful.
That's right. You got to twist that elbow in.
Twist the elbow in.
Twist it in toward your belly button as you say the name. That's what you do. Gregorio!
Can we hear more? I want to hear the agreeing parrot in the background. Yeah, good point.
See, Maxwell, you're going to have to do a lot better than making fun of my dumb name. A lot better. That's hack crap. Anyone could do that.
Opie. Is that actually that guy's name?
No, I think it's actually...
I don't even know anything about the guys. I know.
You know what? When someone says, I fucking hate radio guys.
Oh.
God, do I hate these people. Hate them. Let me take you inside this little bit that he's doing. When someone says, I don't know anything about the guy, they know way too much about me.
Everything.
They follow our careers. They know every single little thing about us. God, I studied this crap. I studied body language. I study how people talk. The great Charles Getzinger back in Geneseo. Unfortunately, he's gone. He was the greatest. He was the great. He died, unfortunately. He was a great professor in Geneseo. And this guy taught me the art of communications and following body language and stuff, and how people talk and how they stand and all this crap. When someone says, "I don't know anything about this guy," it means he knows everything about me. He's probably a stalker.
No, I think it's actually...
I don't even know anything about the guys. I know I should probably know everything, but I don't care, I
think his name is Greg, which is funny because they were talking about your name the one day on the radio. Like,
no, you know my name's Greg. And when you say you don't care, it means you care a lot. We've fallen into that trap when we go, I don't care what Howard's saying. Of course we care when we say we don't care. That's what people do.
Funny because they were talking about your name the one day on the radio, like stupid radio name. I was like Opie. It gets dumber than Opie. Hey, look, he's got red hair. Gotta be Opie. Welcome to Mayberry.
Mayberry jokes and redheaded jokes. First of all, I don't have red hair.
That is such a hack thing to do.
Cutting edge funny stuff.
Yeah.
Very cutting edge funny. A Mayberry joke with phony.
Wow. Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton. Jim Norton's going to be in Cleveland this weekend, folks.
Yes, this Friday at the House of Blues. Both shows are sold out.
Of course they are.
But, considering that the show is terrible in Cleveland, according to Benjamin Bornstein. I mean Maxwell. Sorry, Rockstar. Sorry.
Benjamin Bornstein.
Sorry, midget with the beer belly.
Yeah, a little short, fat man. I apologize. I didn't mean to leak out your non-rock star name. Did Bubba make you pay? Take Maxwell. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there Friday night.
Not funny.
Not funny. The guy's not funny.
Not funny.
He talks in his real voice.
We got to communicate, too, that he spent a long time on the show again on us, and he wants to punch us in the face now.
What happened, Benny?
I guess Maxwell wants to punch us in the face.
Yeah, does he?
Will Benjamin Bornstein or Maxwell be doing the punching? Which one? Jesus.
It would have to be Maxwell.
Oh, Maxwell, because he's a tough guy.
This is what I'm going to do.
Shut up.
I'm in Cleveland every once in a while. The next time I go to Cleveland, which could be sooner than later.
Oh, what does that mean?
I'm going to have my entire schedule posted on the internet so Maxwell could find me and try to punch me in the face.
Ooh. You doing stand-up?
I'm scared of semi-pro screenings. I'm not scared of Maxwell. Stupid Maxwell.
How about this?
There's a million Maxwells out there in radio. Ooh, I'm going to punch you in the face. Are you? Well, I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be. Let's see it happen.
I'll leave your name at the door.
Ooh.
Yes. I'll leave 2 tickets under Bornstein and 2 under Maxwell. You come as whoever you want to be that night.
Whatever douche you are that day.
Whatever costume you want to put on, sweetie, you put it on, and you can come to the show.
Not funny.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and watch. I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Is he going to go as Superman or Clark Kent? Which one do you think, Jimmy?
You can go and just watch as the crowd sits there and just doesn't laugh at all.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what happens at Jimmy's shows.
Yeah.
What a douche.
Go to Jimmy's show, brave man. Go to Jimmy's show.
And punch him in the face.
Yeah. And punch him in the face.
I like that, actually.
Who does he want to punch? Did he say who exactly? Is it all of us?
I think he hates me more than he hates you guys.
Oh, nice.
I'm guessing, just by the way.
I got the communique, so, I mean, we don't listen to his show. We get communiques, and then you force us to go freaking scan through a show to find what you're saying.
What if he shows up?
Oh, I don't know. Jimmy, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Watch him eat a lot more food than he should. His health. Who cares? Punch him in the face. I'm 39 years old. You really want to beat people up, Fatso? Why don't you just do this? Use your real voice and be funny. Just do that.
You know, I could do anything I want these days.
Yeah?
I should fly over to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And join Jimmy just in case Maxwell shows up. Then I'll have 2 people to punch.
I would like that a lot, actually, if you came.
Really?
I have a mouthful of melon.
I think you should go.
I could do whatever I want.
It's a little.
I'm a free man.
How do you fly there? Continental
it's a free country.
Still?
Yes.
We did Continental a few times. I think JetBlue. Yeah. Does JetBlue go to Cleveland nowadays?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
They needed the money.
All right. Well, maybe we should just stay home because we're scared.
Oh, yeah.
We're scared.
Petrified. Not funny.
Not funny.
Benjamin.
And punt. I'm going to, next time I see them, I'm going to punch them in the face.
Are you?
And punt.
Are you really?
Go F yourself, little boy. That's right, you're a little...
What's the matter?
You're a little boy.
What's the matter? The listeners getting to you a little bit? What's the matter? The listeners getting to you? Let me tell you something. I ain't heard one Benny Bornstein or Maxwell fan or anything call this program and give us any crap.
And you want to know another piece of the puzzle? I was saving this one, Maxwell, but you might want to talk to your bosses.
Oh.
You might want to talk to your bosses and ask them who they were trying to contact because they heard that someone's contract might be coming up soon.
Oh.
Let's see if they're honest with you, Maxwell. That's your homework assignment today. Go talk to your bosses and ask them, and let's see if they're honest with you.
Yeah.
Who they were trying to contact because their contracts are coming up soon. Okay?
All right. Benjamin.
There you go, Benjamin.
He's on 3 to 7 in Cleveland. The number's 1-800-348-1007. So maybe you're a fan of Maxwell and you want to call and tell him you're a fan. Okay, fine. Call and tell him you're a fan.
Have that little sit down with the bosses. Let's see if they're going to be honest with you. I got a request. We love Pal Talk. It's all over the place. We were the first to do the Pal Talk thing. Now it's like taking over radio, taking over the world. Just a request, and I hate to do this, but please don't show your asses, girls, when Anthony's ready to do a live read. Thank you.
Holy mother
That would really help me, Opie, run a tight ship here.
That destroyed me.
During the commercial break, it was Anthony's kind of turn. I mean, not that we're that organized, but I figured Anthony was going to do the George Carlin read because I'm trying to shove, like, food down my throat because we got to try to eat breakfast in between the hilarity. And all of a sudden, I look at Anthony, I'm like, oh, my God, there's just dead air because you're staring at a fine ass. I mean, the ass is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But the timing was awful.
Awful. The camera's in front of me, or the monitors are in front of me, and And then all of a sudden there's an ass on it, and I was looking at the copy, but words weren't coming out of my mouth.
No,
That's
so
what happened.
That's what was going on here in New York, if you're wondering. The dead air was Anthony just staring at an ass when he was supposed to be, I don't know, doing his job.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it. That's why I know. That's why I know what was going on. There are times during the show I look over and Ant's not even paying attention. I'm like, all right, who's showing their ass now? Who's showing their ass now? It's about time we bring this to everyone's attention.
Let me tell you something. There is a lot of text going by that I'm reading from Steve from Bayshore, Pat from Moonachie.
All right.
There's a lot of funny things. This is my version of instant feedback.
Well,
there just happens to be girls that do show their asses.
Then read the instant feedback.
I do.
Because you're, the visual part of the Pal Talk is really...
I do.
Interrupting the flow.
See, look at this. Text Ant, where?
Mm-hmm. Could I see that?
Exactly. We'll be in the middle of something like, oh boy, who's showing their ass now? And he's single on top of it. This is an ugly it's just combination right now.
They're,
all right.
Right there.
I know they're right there.
Talk.
Look, I take my peeks when I can.
When Iraq allows you.
I'm not, I'm not going to say I'm not partaking, but I wait for some boring commercial that's playing, and then I go, okay, I could take a moment to look at the hotness.
That's what Anthony was doing. It just happened to be a commercial you guys were reading live.
Yeah, I was doing it during the commercials.
Not funny.
Not funny.
They look at asses. It's not funny.
Not funny.
Time to slap a little boy around who has no idea that they're looking for someone else to replace him. They're looking for someone else to replace him. I hope he has that talk with management. I hope management at least will be honest with him. Jimmy's going to be, Stop showing your ass! We got 10 minutes left in the show!
Do you realize I'm standing up at the console, pressing myself into I'm humping the console. I'll be 40 in July.
That ass is going to be the downfall of the Opie and Anthony show. I got to bring it to everyone's attention.
Oh,
so
Jesus Christ.
What is this douche in Cleveland doing?
Yeah, here we go. So Jimmy's going to be in Cleveland, Friday night for 2 sold-out shows. Everyone is begging for tickets. You're going to be doing afternoons with, what's his name, Dominic?
Dominic Nardella. Yeah, he's been really good.
Well, his radio name is Nard.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a really good guy. He's very excited that we're doing mornings now for the station. And Jimmy's going to be on Nard's show Friday
afternoon, yeah.
Friday afternoon. So Cleveland, keep that in mind. But here's little boy Maxwell, the midget with the beer belly.
What's his name?
Talking S on his radio show.
I believe it's Benjamin Bornstein, unless there's another rock star named Maxwell from somewhere.
Right.
But I think that he was in Florida and Bubba, under Bubba's tutelage or something.
Tutelage. Under his fatilage.
Well, luckily you have a whole nother name you use outside of the radio program.
See, they had to acknowledge that.
They had to bring it up. Like, we just bring this up anyway.
They had to acknowledge that, we found out his real name.
But why is it a secret? Who cares? It's like, why don't you just use your name, dude?
Benjamin Bordstein.
Well, luckily you have a whole nother name you use outside of the radio program. So you could still deny that.
Let's not let anyone know what that is, right, Opie and Anthony?
Since you've already done that.
Or let's talk about it to the whole country about a couple douche in Cleveland that kicked your ass so bad you had to move to a different part of the day.
Wow. That's okay.
That's a page from Rocco's book.
That's funny.
All right.
Oh, my God. That's so pathetic.
All right, first of all.
Is he annoyed that his name got out there?
Yeah. Oh, dude,
first of all,
he is so annoyed that his name is out there.
Are you telling me that Benjamin Bornstein didn't tell his listeners?
No.
I don't believe that. He couldn't be that big of a hack that he wouldn't tell his listeners that was his name.
You know what? I can't even play this audio because this isn't even a fair fight. The guy, first of all, if you look up the yourself, we beat him in Afternoon Drive.
Yeah.
And that was with a tape show.
Tape delayed.
Which is embarrassing for everybody involved. And now he's trying to tell his listeners that he kicked our ass so bad, asses so bad, that we had to move to a way better time slot.
The morning drive, which is that's where you want to be in radio.
Everyone knows that. Like, every radio guy in America wants to do mornings. They don't want to wake up to do mornings.
Yeah, what do you think? We like getting up early and doing it. You do this day part because it's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
This is the place to be.
You get more money as a radio show. The advertisers pay way more money to have their product promoted on that show.
Mm-hmm.
He did not just say that he kicked our ass so bad we had to move day parts.
The day, pussies.
I'm starting to feel a little better.
That's your big, high-powered radio show. Hey, look, I got news for you. Guess what? It's not a virus. It's a radio show, right?
Yeah. Get the virus all.
The virus is spreading if a woman.
Who talks like that?
Who talks like
Who talks like the virus is? Who's got the fake radio voice?
Maxwell?
You phony.
I'm going to call him by his radio name. Maxwell, I'm very flattered that you know everything about our radio show because I swear I don't know what you do. We played a couple of hack bits when we were talking about you, I don't know, about a month or two ago, but I don't know what you call your show. I don't know any of the people on your show by name. I don't know anything about them.
The only thing I know is whenever we play anything,
which is
here to goof on him with.
Which, by the way, we don't even like listen to your show so we could goof on you. We actually have people, because we're such a huge, massive radio show, a huge force in this business. We got people working for the show. We don't even know their names. And we're like, could you just listen to that crap show and get the audio of.
We'll see when he starts whining that we let his name out.
Yeah.
This phony, his name got out, and he's trying to make it seem like he thinks it's no big deal.
I don't know why he would think it would be. It's like, if your name is Benjamin Bornstein, be the rock star you want to be with your name.
Yeah.
That's who you are. Use your real name, your real voice. Is that crazy to want someone to do that?
Oh, it's spreading. It's a viral infection. So stupid. The virus. You mean the show? The show.
Right.
The show you do. Oh, no. The virus. Right. Idiots.
Someone's getting bothered.
Oh, is he bothered? That's hysterical.
216-578-1007. Just make sure you don't curse if you call that show, because that will hurt.
I gotta help him out too. Like, you're playing right into my hands. I completely enjoy this, that we have annoyed you. You're only gonna get laughs from me.
Of course.
We got you so annoyed. Yeah, you know what? Calling it the virus, I have no problem with that. I think that's kind of a cool thing, because it is very viral, and you turn other people onto it, and it takes on a life of its own. What can I tell you?
It's a show. Stop. Be literal.
Yeah.
Not funny.
Exactly.
And shut up. Shut up. You are a douche.
Have you seen their stupid website? Have you ever actually seen it?
I've been on there.
Do we have a stupid?
Wait, who's the hole?
Yeah.
Who's the hole?
Who's the hole they forced upon you?
Who's the chick?
Oh, that says it right there. Shut up. You didn't want a bitch on your radio show, did you? Did you, Benjamin?
Maybe
you didn't want the hole, did you?
No radio guy wants a hole. But
it never.
But management forces a lot of these shows that don't have a say in their actual show to make them hire a hole.
And you got to suck up to your PD because you're a pussy.
You need to balance everything out, so you got to get the hole's point of view.
Can't make a decision for your own show. You have to have people build your show for you, and they said put a hole in there, and that's what you did.
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
And here she is chiming in with nonsense.
As he's listening to demo tapes in his office, and you had no idea.
Yeah, listening to demo tapes of people that are going to be replacing you.
Maxwell, men are talking. Shut her up.
Yeah.
Just tell her, look, men are talking.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to have happen when you're trying to be a tough guy and take on another show, is have your bitch chime in.
Yeah.
I've been on there.
It's, I looked at it, on Friday, because I guess they were talking about us on Friday. So I looked at it.
Oh, that was the only time you went there? You're not there every day?
The redheaded one, that's Opie, right?
That's Opie, yeah.
He's got to have this, crazy kind of look like, huh?
Good description on the radio.
What
Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me kind of look. And then there's the one guy that looks like...
What is he even talking about? The pictures?
He's attempting to do...
I don't even know what he looks like. He had a guy with the mustache. That's Anthony, right?
Anthony.
He looks like the only normal one. And then Norton's got to be making a stupid, silly, ridiculous...
Smells bad
face.
face.
Yeah, crazy face, because he's the crazy guy. So he's going like that. It's so ridiculous. I want to punch them all in the face.
So you're really fat pig.
Oh, there
punch
it
us
is.
in the face.
I would
There it
punch
is.
you, but I'd hit your sleep apnea machine. Stupid. The beauty of this guy, the beauty of this.
How is he going to reach up to punch us in the face?
He's
Midget with
criticizing.
Effing beer belly. Yes, Jimmy.
He's criticizing a photo that they used of me on the website because I have a strange face.